Greetings, my name is Eric Lang, and this is the latest installment on my channel, Author Eric Lang. Today's installment is another people-centric project management phenomena taken from my book, Engagement, Focus, Intention in Project Management. People-centric project management phenomena are human psychology artifacts that are repeating and recurring in the project management environment. There are many of them. In the book, it's close to 80. There are also tangential aspects and other overarching concerns, such as engagement, focus, intention, that are related to implementation and execution through people-centric project management phenomena. The key characteristic of these is the acknowledgement they exist. So having that visibility to their existence is really the biggest step. Once you know they exist, developing strategies, tactics that flow from that understanding is fairly straightforward. The book, in addition to listing them, there's a big list at the end of the book. The book has sections on each one, identifying characteristics of the phenomena and also giving advice on how to engage with and minimize the effect of the negative ones and take advantage of the effects of the more positive people-centric project management phenomena. They're not all bad. Some of them could be considered good. And in many cases, just knowing that they exist can take ones that would negatively impact project velocity and quality and turn it around into a positive effect. Today's people-centric project management phenomena taken from the book, and I'm just going to read this one for the most part. It's a difficult one to go through like a story analogy, but once you start hearing the reading from the book, everybody who has managed projects, which is whenever two or more people meet to attempt to achieve a goal, then a project exists. And here is that people-centric project management phenomena. This one is called Muddy the Water Anti-Focus. These are people who are contributors to the project, but not in a terribly constructive way. There are communications where one of the parties involved is not interested in resolving or clarifying anything. Every input from them, every comment, every point of contribution is tangential. They throw out strawman arguments left and right. They point to failed past efforts. Tenuous connections are drawn to other products, services, people, or even other companies. They reply to questions with their own questions, often not related to the topic being discussed. They talk about what is being discussed at length while adding nothing to the path forward. So muddy the water in a project management sense is contributors that just are not engaging in a constructive way. And beyond the not engaging part, they're actually purposefully injecting unconstructive information into the discussion. They most likely have a reason for that. They may not like the project manager. They may not like the project. They may have other things that they want to do. They may not want to answer the question. They may have a reason for not wanting to answer the question, and that in answering the question, it makes them look bad. So instead of just coming out and saying, I don't want to, which is not really a constructive thing to say in an employment sense, we all don't get to go to our employer and say, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to work with this. And instead, you get a muddy the water anti-focus situation where they're just trying to make it as difficult as possible for you to go away. And people do this because it works. If you make things difficult, a lot of times people will go looking for their solutions or answers elsewhere. Find another contributor who can help move this forward and get past the anti-contributor. So, fundamentally, these people need to be isolated, and then the argument stripped down until we get to the core of what's going on, and visibility to leadership is important. Depends on where you're at as a project manager. Many project managers don't want to die on that hill. So you just have to move on and let your leadership know that contributor is just not really what you're looking for in your project, and go from there. Other project managers who are more proactive and wanting to make sure that this doesn't impact on others in the organization might want to escalate more. You do you, I think, is the expression. But fundamentally, like all people-centric project management phenomena, awareness is the key point. And when you're in communications and you get those strange, unfocused, tangential, unconstructive, anti-focus conversations, understand that you're not alone. We've all experienced it, and there's a reason they exist. And as a project manager, you have that awareness now, and you can develop what your path forward is going to be when that does happen. Because like with all people-centric project management phenomena, it will happen, and it will happen again. So thank you for watching my video. I'll post this, and we're going to do this again next week, where I will have another people-centric project management phenomena to share. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.